So, Bioware released a new trailer yesterday and it's without a doubt the best we've seen of the Veilguard so far. Not only did we finally get the release date, but we also got a trailer that features various locations, lots of action and meaningful companion moments. I wanted to share some of my thoughts about the trailer with you because I can't stop thinking about it and I'm looking forward to reading your thoughts as well. The reactions to the trailer have been mostly positive and I admit I'm part of that crowd. Two of my absolute favorite moments in the trailer relate to Bellara and Harding. The characters have always been the most interesting part of any dragonage game for me. Yes, the world is rich and wonderful, the lore is complex and intriguing, but all of that is meaningless without the characters who experience it, shape it, and view it through their unique lens. Bellara freaking out at the prospect of the elven gods being real, free, and rampaging was something I was very much hoping to see in the Veilguard. If one of the themes in Inquisition was the crisis of human faith and Andrastians having their beliefs put to the test, I expect something similar in the Veilguard when it comes to elves. Elgar'nan and Gilanan escaping their prison in blighted form and causing chaos would undoubtedly affect the elves. Not just everything they know about themselves, but also how they are treated by others. That is why I love this line from Bellara.
Our gods are back! Our gods! How do we stand against that?
Because it shows her having to reconcile what she's been taught, what she probably believed all her life, with what is happening right now before her eyes. She used to revere these entities and now they're threatening the world, and she must fight them, all the while being aware of their immense power and place in elven culture. When it comes to Harding, the first scene where she freezes a pair of darkspawn seems to be the moment she discovers her magical abilities. Harding having newfound magical abilities has huge implications for the dwarves and for the world as a whole, and it raises so many questions. Are her abilities related to titans? Is she becoming like Sandal? Are we finally going to learn more about him through Harding's story? Or is she maybe possessed and is glowing like Anders does when justice takes control of him? These are all interesting questions to ponder, but similar to Bellara, it's Harding's reaction to this event that I like so much. This simple line,
What is happening to me?
delivered in such a heartbreaking way, shows all her confusion and terror. She's a dwarf who suddenly has magical abilities. Of course she's terrified. She sounds like she's experiencing symptoms of a yet undiagnosed illness, not like she's suddenly gained a gift of any kind. But in the next scene where she uses magic, we see that she has gained more control over her abilities. She's still not comfortable with it, she's still struggling, but she's getting there. And that is something I very much look forward to seeing, how Harding is mentally dealing with what is happening to her. I really like what the trailer has shown so far when it comes to Harding. Speaking of the character moments I liked, I absolutely adore this scene with Rook and Nev. The framing, the lighting, everything. I suppose this is a Nev-specific scene, but I hope the other romances will also feature scenes with a similar feel, because this thing is hot. Now, regarding Morrigan's appearance, she's wearing Flemeth's headpiece, which I think serves to show two things. First, in the 10 years since the events of Inquisition, Morrigan has amassed more knowledge and power and can now rival Flemeth in both. And second, it's long been speculated what Flemeth was doing in the Inquisition post-credit scene, and the most widely believed theory was that she sent a piece of her soul to Morrigan through the Eluvian. Morrigan's appearance pretty much confirms that there's a part of Flemeth living within Morrigan. There are other explanations for Morrigan resembling Flemeth so much now. Maybe she completed her study of Flemeth's real grimoire, or maybe it's the result of her drinking from the well. But those two things depend on the player's choices and don't have to happen, while Flemeth always does something with the Eluvian regardless of the player's choices. I am very curious to see what Morrigan's role in the game will be. I suppose she will have some role to play and her appearance won't just be a fan service, but I'm wondering what it will be, especially how different it will be from her role in Inquisition. But since it's now confirmed the game will feature both Morrigan and the Inquisitor, I really hope the choice of who drank from the well will be addressed and important for the story. When it comes to the locations shown, I absolutely love the Anderfels. After 3 games of only hearing and reading about the place, I'm glad we finally get to see it in-game and experience it. The visual representation of the Anderfels has really lived up to the expectations I built while reading about it. From the aerial shot to the scene where we see Davrin and Asan, the color palette and the lighting really reinforce the idea of a dry wasteland and people living in harsh conditions and being shaped by it. And Asan is the cutest thing ever. I look at him and all I can think about is that he's the cutest merchandising opportunity ever. I can picture it right now. Griffon plushies in the Bioware gear store. Sold out, of course. I mean, look at him, just look at him. Wouldn't you want a Griffon plushie? I want a Griffon plushie. But yeah, he's the cutest. Good job, Bioware. Well done. I love the locations shown, and I'm surprised to notice I'm least excited about Minrathous. That's how much I love all the others. Anderfels is my absolute favorite location, but I love the underwater ruins as well, and the ruins in general, and the deep roads. I was excited to see Treviso burning because it continues the tradition of flames devouring that city once per age, as mentioned in the Codex entry A Vessel of Tears. It's a small thing, but one I appreciate nevertheless. And finally, I love good examples of badassery from both heroes and antagonists. Give me an epic battle, a dragon roaring, a hero delivering a death blow, and I'm happy. Yes, it's that easy to hype me up, so no wonder I was thrilled with this trailer. But several things stood out to me, like Elgar'nan appearing from a portal right next to Gillinan and wreaking havoc. It's a nice visual moment, but more than that, it builds up the antagonists as users of powerful magic unseen so far, which adds to the sense of great threat that they should provoke. Another example of unapologetic badassery is Solas in his dreadwolf form going for the dragon's neck. And the dragon is probably either Elgar'nan in dragon form or is somehow related to Elgar'nan. There have been mentions that Solas could literally take the form of a giant wolf, but to actually see him in that form going against the dragon was absolutely glorious. It really looks like a clash of titans, beings beyond the modern-day Thedas fighting, and I'm all for it. It also shows Solas as an ally to Rook and the team, maybe an unwilling, temporary ally, but still an ally. Unless this is a flashback or something, in which case his ally status is unconfirmed. Still, amazing scene. And this video is already getting too long, but I just want to mention 2 more things before wrapping things up. We saw no new scenes featuring Veric, which makes sense. I guess Bioware wants to keep his fate a mystery until the game comes out. But we do hear his voice.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
What he's saying could be interpreted as a farewell, a passing of the torch kind of situation. It sounds too casual to be during Veric's death scene. There are no pauses, no shallow breaths, nothing that would indicate Veric is injured while speaking. It could be a speech given before Veric sacrifices himself, but it doesn't have to be related to his death at all. Maybe this is what he tells Rook before retiring from adventuring. Or maybe Rook is displaying self-doubt and here's Veric building their confidence. Whatever it is, it's not enough to draw a definite conclusion. And the last thing, did they actually put dead Gillinan in the trailer? And that's all I have to say in this video. I know there are a lot of things I haven't touched on. Maybe I'll do a full breakdown of the trailer, maybe not. But what did you think of the trailer? What were your favorite moments? What did you like the most? What didn't you like? Did this trailer change your expectations for the game? Tell me all of that in the comments and more. I wish you all a wonderful day. Goodbye.